Okay, let's do Loki first, I guess. Yeah, so I mean, just let's just try to add like one little ball over here, maybe one right here. I also had this while I was in between cat naps this morning. I was hoping he could give us a version, like just one more illustration. The only difference is that the wings are pretty much in a like a either a second frame up here and then in a back frame. So that way, I have this dream that with the 3 frames of animation, and the only thing being different is the wings and the balls. That we could create an alert out of her. But he's got the little cute marks. That's cool. I'm looking for a little bit more of a stylized grouping. Let's see if we can. Okay, so here's the feedback, I guess. So turn them white. I mean, right now the way they're grouped, I mean, these are more like the whiskers. I'm thinking. I mean, if you look at her, I mean, sweetie puff. Yeah, they're splayed out. We need slightly more grouping, and they need to be white. I think those are the big ones. We're just puzzling out these last little bits, kind of her whiskers up here, and then also just, I don't know what it is with his belly. I just don't know. Maybe it should feel more like a tattoo. Maybe that's the problem, is it doesn't feel like it's a tattoo.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to have some locks of hair over it somehow. Because it doesn't feel like it's actually in her belly, and it's because of the fur.
Yeah, I think that's good feedback. I mean, see if he can see. I mean, he's sort of getting some of the fur here, like with the edges. See if you can get some of those fur edges also in the tail. I mean, that's the problem. We're missing a chunk of that, right? Like, I guess we're getting better, but we're not quite there. Like I said, fur is not his strong suit right now. So part of it is it's supposed to be this kind of cute, like succubus curly tail thing. But I have the fact that it overlays with the wings still kind of bugs me. I guess let's pull the tail down a little bit, and then have it do a little S shape maybe, and let's get the end of that tail off from obfuscating the wing. So Gondis, I think what we're missing, right, is we see I would expect a tiny bit of glow, like on his body.
I agree. I know that he did fire back some feedback at us that he's having a hard time placing it in his head with the glow because he knows that Gondis is supposed to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to let him know that when an adventurer sees the fairy, they feel like they're going towards her nest. So I can definitely ask for more glow again.
Yeah, and because now that we've removed the white lining, more of the white lines, he still has a few of those here, right? But I think now that we've removed some of that, I think it's getting me closer to the darker skin, the darker skin tones that I like. I mean, kind of see how he does, and his glows right here, like they're going more to white, right? Like he has like, this is white, this is white. This isn't a glow. It needs to be the bluish glow, right? So I think more like really needs to be kind of this type of glow. But I like the darker colors, the darker lining color, that it's more recessed now. So, but I think the way he's even trying to do the highlights, it's not quite working out, right? That makes sense? Let's see.
I need words to describe what you're looking for because I can't place them.
So the dark veined blue lines being darker and more submerged into the flesh, that's working. So, but what I'm seeing is the way he's trying to do the glow. So all the circles that I just made on Gondis, these glows, these are these white accents. What we want these accents to be, in the fairy glow, like all around her. He's got this kind of, this light bluish glow. That's the color, the color of glowing that I want to see around. Maybe not all the veins, but a lot of the veins. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Monstadium says the back looks amazing. Yeah, it's definitely come together. I like what he's got with the chest. This is much better overall. I think we're close. Okay, so now let's address the big stock. Oh my god. He did a great job with this. I really like this. All right, yeah, that is great. That is amazingly great. How do you feel about this, Zay?
I'm really happy with it at this where it's at with the back.
And I think when we get the texture on the stock, it's going to be amazing. So now I did get the feedback on those horns. At first I was, I felt the same way glow wise, but I kind of like that they have this weird, like they just have this weird, I don't know. I like that they have a slightly strange and different texture about them. It doesn't bother me very much. It doesn't bother me at all, actually. I kind of like it as a strange design aspect. Okay, so yeah, I think he crushed it with the back. All right, so Gondis has a hammus. It's like a hammer and a mace had a baby. I believe we got a face on this thing. But okay.
You requested it in the initial put together, so I reiterated it.
Do you want to know something? When I was talking about the face of the cube, I was talking about as in a flat, just cubes have six-sided faces, right?
I interpreted it as that you wanted so the way I was thinking about it was since he was like this ancient guardian for these people, it's like his master's face are within the hammer.
This is what you call in Bob Ross land. These are what you call happy accidents. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go. I think it actually gives it a decorative aspect. Can we get a couple horns on this guy? I think.
No, you may not have horns all over the hammus.
It doesn't have enough horns already, right? Yeah, I think let's get a couple horns on there. I'll go with the face. And so this thing is about half the size of Gondis. Gondis is about so it's about 6 feet, and Gondis is about 12 feet. Let's see here. The hammus. Monstadium says I'm a big fan of the face. Honestly, nice. I'm glad you like it, Toby. So I think what's going to happen, right, is when DrBossKey defeats Gondis, because in this world he's not really a murderer. I think then he's going to get basically. He's gonna wield this like 6 foot. I don't know. I kind of like the maimer. The mammer. I'm gonna forget it though if we don't add it to it. Maimer. Zay, can you take a note? Let's try to get it to stick. So let's call it the maimer.
MAIMER.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs to have 2 M's at the end, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think that works. Yeah, okay. So I definitely like this design much better. Version 2, I think we're ready to go into fine lining with this. Adam Dougal, thank you for that lurk. We'll see you next time, my friend. And then I think one other small piece of lore is that, if this thing is maybe 6 feet is not quite right. Maybe it's like 10. I mean, this thing is not quite staff wise, but it's big. I mean, it's definitely a big weapon. So maybe it's like 8-ish kind of feet. But I think when it becomes a weapon for DrBossKey, so Gondis' essence flows into this shape. And then the version for DrBossKey will be it'll have Gondis' veined lines.
Oh god, no, not the vein lines again.
Yep. And then instead of the face, I think, and maybe the face changes to have her, like she maybe it's Maybe it's Gondis's face on the two sides of the cube of the, and then it's her on the other two sides. So sort of like their essence is like channeled and trapped into the faces of the hammer part. So what happens, right, is he defeats Gondis, and the essence of Gondis goes into the Soul Key blade, and the Soul Key blade transforms into pretty much this hammer, with the difference being that the face is modified, and it'll have the blue lining. Like it's not gonna have the blue power lines on it. We can make maybe the runes are red, perhaps, but then it basically is this infused version, like of that how do I say this, of the bioluminescent blue, but only after he's consumed. So the Soul Key blade basically becomes that.